Hello everybody, welcome to my final presentation. So my final presentation is on a user test that I did on the Planned Parenthood website, and we're going to dive into some of the data and some of the findings that I have from the user test. So first and foremost, what is Planned Parenthood? So Planned Parenthood is a nonprofit organization. So this is not an NGO, and this nonprofit organization really tries to provide the community with reproductive health care. And so this could mean emergency contraception, it could mean information about consent, information about masturbation, it could be information or procedures around hormonal therapy for transgender folks. Planned Parenthood really does provide a plethora of services for our community, even for folks without actual health insurance. So with Planned Parenthood, they do have a mobile application and they also have a website. And for this particular project, we did focus on the website. We didn't do any user testing on the mobile application, but the mobile application is there and does have its own nuances to it. But for, again, the sake of this project, we just wanted to focus on the website, and this is going to be a desktop web. So this is not the mobile web. We just wanted to focus on desktop web. And so kind of the interface of the desktop web looks like this. When you first log on to the site, you'll notice at the very top that there's a really nicely laid out menu bar with carrots that have lists that the user can go through and select and look for information that they're needing. And again, their homepage kind of acts as this encompassing landing page where it links out to other pages of the site within this home page that we're looking at here. And again, some of the main tasks or the main tabs here are the Learn, Get Care, and Get Involved. So to start us off, there was a research question. So I did want to, for this particular project, try to better understand users between ages 18 and 24 and how they could, and if they were able to easily receive preventative reproductive care on the Planned Parenthood website successfully. And the reason why this user group was the target audience for the test is because between 18 and 24 are the highest numbers of unplanned pregnancies. So I really wanted to make sure that my subjects did lie between those ages. However, through some of my data from the report that I have, there were some outliers, so I did end up sampling a couple users that were outside of this age group, but that was only about 2 of them. And so to really try to better understand this user group, again, we just try to focus the research and the task on this group. So the user test design. I had 5 user tasks, and with those 5 user tasks, I recruited 15 test subjects to walk through each task. And I was able to host remote and in-person testing sessions. And again, these sessions were all done on desktop web, and the results are all in the report. I was able to summarize my findings within the report. So some of the summary of some of the data that I collected. So these were the 5 tasks. And the first task was I was going to try to have them schedule an abortion consultation in their area. The second one was to have them to try to schedule an appointment to receive emergency contraception in their area. The third task was to find information about sexual consent. The fourth task was to learn more about how to apply for health insurance. The fifth task was try to submit a volunteer form with the Planned Parenthood organization. The reason why these tasks were important was because before I did any user research with the sample group, I did a short survey of just a few subjects between 18 and 24 and asked what kind of services would they be looking for if they were on the site. And these were questions and tasks that were curated out of those results. The first task was, again, the abortion consultation. So with every single task, some of the metrics that we measured or some of the user goals was completion, efficiency, utility, and difficulty. And so the first one was completion. Everyone was able to complete every single one of the tasks. for this particular task, the efficiency was a little bit over the 5. 5 of them were able to do it successfully over the threshold of 5. For utility, meaning the usefulness of it, it looks like about 10 of them felt like it was useful. The other over 10 thought it was useful. The rest of them kind of didn't feel like the information was as useful. And difficulty went over the threshold of 5. So there was about 8 folks who felt like it was a little bit difficult to get through the task. Same thing here for task number 2. Everybody was able to complete the task. The efficiency was over the threshold of 5. Utility or usefulness was over the threshold of 5. Difficulty over the threshold of 5. Task number 3, with finding information, everyone was able to complete this task successfully. Efficiency was over the threshold of 10. Utility over the threshold of 10. Difficulty still over the threshold of 5. With applying for health insurance, looks like everyone was still able to complete the task. Not many folks were able to do it efficiently, or not many folks found the information as useful. But there was a decent amount of people who said it was a little bit difficult to navigate. And here we have both categories, completion and efficiency, as being fully complete. It looks like when it comes down to submitting a volunteer form, most folks were able to complete this task in an efficient way, and they did find it very useful, but also maybe found it a little bit difficult to find, but was able still to complete it. This is a quote I grabbed from one of the users. It was not difficult, but some of the items were not in the area I thought they'd be when I tried to search. And this is really important. You want users to feel like when they visit the site, that it's intuitive, that it's easy to use, and just some folks didn't find the site easy to use. And that leads us into some suggestions. There are about 2 main suggestions that I want to cover here around the first task. So let's dive in. So with the first task, these are some things that I noticed that should be adjusted right away. And that's website verbiage around abortion. We need to adjust the site's verbiage. Also, there's chat boxes where there should be items to be selected. And so the chat boxes really confused a lot of the users. And also there should be additional information about services that the clients are eligible for at the time of appointment. There should be a table that kind of shows or lays out what services an individual will be eligible for depending on how far along they are in their pregnancy, and that just simply wasn't available on the site. And I think that should be available, just because users did ask about them. They were a little bit confused about the abortion process. So for the first suggestion I had here, you'll notice on the screen it just says abortion opposed to abortion consultation or procedure. Here it lets the user know that they are scheduling abortion, which is false, because for some users they just want an abortion consultation, and this verbiage abortion could be very misleading and also discouraging for the user. The other one here is where it says abortion consultation. This looks like a chat box, but really it's a select. If we want users to actually select that word abortion consultation, or why this word abortion consultation, we should actually change how it's shaped, so that way it doesn't actually look like a chat box and it looks more like a select, or prompt the user to select. So those are 2 big things that I think could be changed right away to make the abortion consultation process a lot simpler for users, because I noticed that they were getting really confused. So that's it, and more of my suggestions and findings are in the report, and thank you so much.